Every year, human technology adds about a third of a year to our average life expectancy. If medical science reaches a point where it adds one full year of life for every year we live, we reach aging's escape velocity. Like a rabbit that stays exactly one step ahead of a pursuer, we would theoretically move toward biological immortality. But there is a flaw in this mathematical race. While laboratories pursue genetic editing and cellular rejuvenation, the reality of modern life is accelerating our biological decay. This chart shows the difference between stress then and now. For early humans, stress was a brief survival mechanism. You encountered a predator, cortisol spiked, you ran, and then your levels returned to normal. Modern humans interpret a constant stream of notifications and deadlines as threats, creating a flat, elevated baseline of cortisol. This steady chemical drip does physical damage. It degrades the caps at the ends of our DNA strands, known as telomeres. As those telomeres wear down, our cells lose their ability to regenerate, causing the body to age prematurely. The damage extends to our psychology. When the frantic pace of the work week finally stops, many experience Sunday neurosis, a sudden realization of inner emptiness that floods in the moment the distractions disappear. We are obsessed with living forever, yet our sedentary habits and constant anxiety are dismantling our health before we can even reach the finish line. Yet, there are regions where people are bypassing this crisis. In specific geographic pockets known as blue zones, extreme longevity occurs naturally, without advanced anti-aging technology or billionaire-funded research. The most prominent of these zones is Okinawa, Japan, specifically a village called Ogimi. In Ogimi, inhabitants routinely live past 100. Their blood tests show fewer free radicals. Their dementia rates are far below the global average, and they maintain a level of physical vitality that is rare for people of their age. A population thriving a century into life presents a biological mystery. The residents of this village possess a method for thriving that our modern society has largely ignored. The first measurable factor in the Okinawan lifestyle is a dietary practice called hara hachibu. This involves stopping a meal when the stomach is exactly 80. This is a group of friends who pool resources to support one another over a lifetime. If a member experiences a financial or personal crisis, the group absorbs the impact. This structure eliminates the baseline anxiety that drives the chronic cortisol damage seen in the West. Diet, gentle movement, and social networks are effective tools for maintaining the human machine, but they do not fully explain the mental drive required to keep that machine running for a century. To understand that drive, we have to look at the Okinawan language. It lacks a word for the concept of retirement. The idea of leaving the workforce for good does not exist there. Instead, they are anchored by ikigai. It translates roughly to the happiness of always being busy, representing a distinct reason for getting out of bed in the morning. This diagram outlines the framework of ikigai. It exists at the intersection of four spheres: what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. This philosophy mirrors the findings of Western psychiatry, specifically the work of Dr. Viktor Frankl. Frankl developed logotherapy, which centers on the requirement for humans to identify a life purpose to survive difficult conditions. Logotherapy shows the pursuit of a meaningful destiny forces the brain to create new neural connections. This cognitive demand slows the process of mental and physical deterioration. Possessing an ikigai influences the biological aging process. This psychological drive provides the cognitive stimulation that preserves physical and mental health well into old age. Achieving this state of longevity does not require moving to Japan. It requires adopting a specific psychological framework. We can build this framework using Morita therapy. This method begins with radical acceptance of negative emotions, rather than exhausting energy trying to eliminate them. The core mechanism of Morita therapy is simple. You cannot dictate how you feel, but your feelings will naturally change as a result of the actions you take. Resilience is built by focusing purely on the present moment. You acknowledge internal anxiety and proceed to do what needs to be done. Achieving aging's escape velocity requires a commitment to stay active. By accepting our imperfect world and identifying a personal ikigai, we provide the body with a motivation to endure.